these guys, right? Okay, so we've added and subtracted them, we've multiplied them. This is just another method for multiplying. Okay, this is if I have two binomials next to each other. Okay, binomial because there's two, binomial because there's two. Okay, so this is how we're multiplying. Okay, we've got to take this x right here, and we've got to multiply it, distribute it to both things in this way. So I'm going to take x times x and get x squared. And then I have to take this x times 4 and get, so here we go, plus 4x. Okay, now I'm going to do everything with the 2. Okay, so I also have to distribute through the 2. So I'm going to take 2 times x and get plus 2x. And then I'm going to take my 2 times my 4 and get plus 8. All right, so once I get to that point, are there any like terms up there? Yes. What are my like terms? My 4x and my 2x are like terms. So I can combine my middles and get x squared plus 6x plus 8. And that guy right there is my answer. Okay, so number 2, we've got y times y to get y squared. And then what do I have to multiply? Y times 1, so I get plus 1y or plus y, either one. Okay, then what do I have to multiply? 5 times y, and I get plus 5y, and then 5 times 1 plus 5. Okay, combine your middles, and we get y squared plus 6y plus 5. Cool. So far, so good? Okay, everybody do number 3. K squared plus 9k plus 18. Very good. Okay. Did anybody not get that? Good. All right. We need to be a little bit careful when I've got pluses and minuses because we really got to pay attention to my signs. So number 4. The first thing that I'm going to multiply is x times x to get x squared. Then what am I going to have? Yeah, so I've got x times this minus 2. So that gives me minus 2x. And then I've got a positive 5 times x to give me plus 5x. Yeah, and then a minus 10. It's going to give me x squared plus 3x minus 10. Yep. Does that make sense? Okay, everybody do number 5. Okay, so be careful. M times m gives me m squared by what? Minus 7m plus 3m minus 21. So when I combine those, that's where you got to be careful because I've got m squared minus 4m minus 21. Okay? Be careful with your signs. That's going to be the biggest issue today, I think, is trying to figure out our signs. Okay? All right, so let's look at number 7. Okay, what am I starting with? W squared. W times W gives me W squared. Then W times that negative 3, I get minus 3w minus 2w. Good. At that end, we've got plus 6, because I've got minus and a minus. Okay? So I combine my middles, and I get w squared. Good. Minus 5w plus 6. Questions? All right, everybody do the rate. Okay, looks really good. We end up with x squared minus 14x plus 40. Okay, good stuff, right? All right, let's look at number 11. Okay, so 2a times a gives me 2a squared. Okay, and then it's 2a times that negative 4b gives me ab. Yeah, there you go. Because remember, we're going in alphabetical order, so it's going to be negative 8 ab. Then I've got 5b times a is going to give me plus 5ab. Very good. Okay, and then at the end, when I take my 5b times my negative 4b, I get negative 20b squared. Good. So all I have to do is combine the middles, right? So 2a squared there you go, minus 3ab minus 20b squared. Questions on how we got that? Okay, so let's look at 15. Okay, so when I've got 4x times 7x, I get, all right, so 28x squared. And then easy, what do I get when I take 4x times negative 2y? Negative 8xy, good. Okay, Kuma, what do I get when I take y times 7x? Good, plus 7xy. Maximus, y times negative 2y squared? Good, negative 2y squared. I think I said the answer there, but I do that a lot. So, when I combine my middle terms, 28x squared, good, minus xy or minus 1xy, either way, minus 2y squared. Very good. Thumbs up, so far so good? Have you guys seen this before? Not really? If you remember our extra credit question on our radical test, dealt with this, right? Where we had to FOIL it or distribute it all through. We need to look at number 17. Okay, so I start off with x squared minus 2x plus 2x minus 4. What happens with my middle terms? My middle terms end up canceling because I get 0x, right? So I'm just going to write it as, good, x squared minus 4 is going to be my answer when that middle cancels out. Okay, so everybody do number 19. squared minus 1. Okay? Because if we did it, we got our 9x squared minus 3x plus 3x minus 1. And our middles fell out. Right? Good, so far so good? Alright, so let's look at number 22. Okay? What does it mean to do if I tell you to take 4 squared? What are you actually doing if you're not touching it in your calculator? You're taking 4 times 4, right? Alright, so you cannot just distribute this squared through, okay, because of that plus sign. So those of you that did that have been working ahead, go ahead and erase that. Okay, alright, so if it's 4 times 4, this means to take x plus 4 times what? X plus 4. Okay, it means that we have 2 of them. Okay, so you have to rewrite it as x plus 4 times x plus 4. And so now when I do it, I get x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 16. So when I combine, I end up with x squared plus 8x plus 16. Do you see why we can't just distribute that squared through? Yes, no, maybe, kind of? Okay, because you end up with that middle term. So everybody needs to do number 23 right now. Okay, rewrite it. Good. So here we have 4m squared minus 10m plus 25. There you go. Careful with that one. Okay. Combine the middle terms. 4m squared minus 20m plus 25. Thumbs up? Alright, one more thing I want to show you. And then we'll be okay. So sometimes it's a binomial times a trinomial. Okay? We still do it the exact same way. Okay? We're going to take x and multiply it by everything in it. Okay? So x times x squared gives us x, and then I've got 4 times x squared plus 4x squared, because now I'm going to take that 4 and distribute it through to everything in there. 4 times 3x plus 12x, and 4 times negative 6. Well, yeah, you're right, minus 24. All right, so now we kind of have to pick out what I can combine. Okay, what's going to come first? X cubed. Okay, and now we got to go through and we got to find all my x squareds. So I've got 3x squared and 4x squared, so I get plus 7x squared. And then I've got a negative 6x plus 12x plus 6x, and then what just comes down? Minus 24. So it's not bad, right? You're just doing it the exact same way, except for now there's 3 of them over here. All right, so your assignment